Hi, and welcome to the Beneath the Tinfoil Hat blog. I am your host, Tinfoil Hat Man. On today's topic, I want to talk a little bit about civility. As you know, that's been the buzzword for the last week and a half, coming from our administration. Um, Apparently, they think that just because they act like assholes, they don't deserve to be treated like assholes. You may have heard there are single Republicans in the administration crying because they can't get dates. Either, I don't know where they're trying to get dates on, Tinder, Grinder, whatever. Maybe they should try Christian Mingle. That's more of their speed. And then, you have Stephen Miller getting booed out of a Mexican restaurant, and one of the other Donald Trump's minions getting booed out of a Mexican restaurant. And it kind of culminated when the Red Hens came home to roost and Aunt Lydia Huckabee Sanders was booted out of the restaurant because the owner and the staff didn't care for her boss or their politics. So that prompted Mr. Trump to come out and call for civility, which is still a joke to me. Republican civility. I mean, what an oxymoron, am I right? I mean, it's like jumbo shrimp or President Trump. I mean, it's just ridiculous to think that the Republicans, of all people, want civility. I mean, there's no proof of this for the last 35 years? I mean, let's just look at just recently. I mean, you've got a Nazi running for Congress in Illinois, and you've got a guy in North Carolina running for Congress who thinks God is a racist, and he calls Jews Satan, and thinks white supremacy is perfectly fine. And yet this guy is on a Republican Party ticket with no recourse whatsoever. You've got Milo Johnny Indianapolis, whatever his name is, calling for deaths of reporters, which ironically, a day later, we got 5 reporters shot in Maryland. Maybe this Milo guy isn't directly responsible for the shooting deaths of these poor people, but he certainly drove the getaway car. I mean, come on. You can't say stuff like that and then wring your hands and go, oh, gee, my thoughts and prayers when something like that actually happens. So, there's an old saying in our family, if you act like an asshole, you're going to get treated like an asshole, and that's exactly what's happening. Maxine Waters, thank God, has got the balls to come out in the Democratic Party and say, hey, you know what? Let's treat these people like the douchebags they are. And I agree with her. Everybody can complain about her and censor her or whatever, but I'm totally in concurrence. I mean, I'm not calling for violence. I don't think we should run around shooting Republicans or anything stupid like that. But there's nothing wrong with calling them out for their bad behavior. I mean, that's, say whatever you want, but that's the way I feel about it. There is nothing wrong with calling someone out for bad behavior. It's like putting your 5-year-old in timeout. And that's exactly what we've got. We've got an administration full of 5-year-olds. I mean, they're just running around, wah, 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 immigration this and poor people that. And it's just ridiculous what they're doing. This is the most hateful administration probably since Andrew Jackson was president. And that goes back a long way. So, call it what you will. I just don't feel like the Republicans deserve civility. I mean, it's just a crazy concept for them to come moaning and whining now after all this hate mongering that they've started, which has culminated in Donald Trump, who, by the way, Donald Trump, I swear to God, it's as if Barry Goldwater, Richard Nixon, Dr. Evil, and Archie Bunker had a circle jerk into a bucket, and then Voldemort come along and waved his hand and created Donald Trump. I mean, this guy is just pure evil. I mean, he's lazy, he's a con man, he just hateful, racist, xenophobic. I mean, the whole laundry list of just nefarious things you could just check off right next to Donald Trump. I mean, geez. So, having said that, I also want to touch on a little bit on the Democratic Party, because don't think that you're blameless in this, Democrats. I mean, for crying out loud, Hillary Clinton, you guys bring up Hillary Clinton to run as president again, and again, nobody wants her. And you got to do better than Hillary Clinton, even to think to beat Donald Trump. I mean, what was the thinking here? Oh, it's just Donald Trump. We can throw out Hillary Clinton and beat him? No, I'm sorry, no. There are too many people nowadays who are on to just the political machine that is Hillary Clinton, or other Democrats like her, like John Kerry, or someone of that ilk. I mean, they come out with the same old party line and just completely disaffect themselves from the younger generations, like Generation Y and the millennials. Only the future of this country you just totally just broke away from, to put out more of the same old, same old. So seriously, don't think that the Democratic Party is blameless in this. They anointed Hillary Clinton to be their candidate. They jobbed Bernie Sanders out of the nomination, who, by the way, only had the full power of Generation Y and the millennials behind him, among other groups, and probably would have smoked Donald Trump from day one and would be our president right now. And we wouldn't be talking about stuff like this. We wouldn't be worrying about civility. We'd be trying to figure out how to pay for stuff like, oh, I don't know, free education, free health care. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that Bernie Sanders wanted. It's not the kind of stuff Hillary Clinton wanted. Hillary Clinton just wanted to know who was going to line her pockets the next day, just like our president now. He's lining his pockets with all kinds of stuff. Now I just find out that the retiring justice, Anthony Kennedy, his son apparently was a banker in Germany for Deutsche Bank and was loaning Donald Trump a shit ton of money. So, I mean, come on. This guy's as corrupt as they come. I mean, this administration is probably as corrupt as the Ulysses S. Grant administration. I mean, let me throw out some past presidents here for you and just do a little presidential name dropping. So, the way I look at it, I mean, civility, no. There's not going to be civility until this administration is gone, until half of our Congress is voted out. I mean, unfortunately, the Democrats are going to take control, which that's probably a topic for another blog. I do have an issue with the two-party system. So, and then the last thing I want to talk about is I just saw a post from Alex Jones talking about how the Democrats were going to start a civil war beginning on July 4th. I never got the memo. If the Democrats or just liberals in general had contacted me to let me know there was going to be a civil war tomorrow, I would have changed my plans. I'm planning on going up to see my son for his birthday. If I'd have known there was going to be an insurrection, I'd have canceled that, or maybe just invited my son to go along with us. I would have made potato salad for 40 million people. So, guys, next time you plan an insurrection, kind of let me know so I can plan for it as well. Just put an off-the-cuff civil war, that doesn't work for me. I can't make it. I'm sorry. I'll have to sit this one out. So, at any rate, I hope you enjoyed this post. I'd like to do more like this. Hopefully it goes over well. You can see me here on WordPress. You can also check me out on YouTube and Instagram and Pinterest as soon as I figure out how to work all those social media sites. I'm not the most technological advanced person in the world, I have to admit. So, at any rate, this has been Beneath the Tinfoil Hat. I am the Tinfoil Hat Man. Y'all have a great day. Peace.